One of the number one reasons why women struggle with dating and relationships today is that they choose men who are not ready for anything real. Ladies, there are lots of great relationship-ready men out here. However, you need to learn how to choose them. I wrote this book to teach you how to do just that. Get your copy of Choose Well, a simple formula to determine the best man for you on Amazon today. Good early evening. I'm going to jump on here for about 20 minutes and we need to have a chat because y'all, we need to have a chat. And I'm going to be honest. Most recently, it was, let me see if I can find it, y'all. It was, there was a social media post most recently, good afternoon, or it's early evening. There was a social media post about Future having his 9th child with, I can only assume, an Instagram model or some woman. She looks like an Instagram model, so I'm going to say that. But they named the woman. And then in another Instagram post, I saw where Joy Chavez, I think that's her name, she is pregnant for the third time, third baby daddy. And she had a baby shower, and the father did not show up. And there was some questioning under her post about, hey, is she still with the baby's father? And she responded with no. And that should be obvious because he's not here at the baby shower. So this young lady is on her third child by 3 different men. And she has spoken publicly about, the other 2 fathers are not paying child support. But she's having this third child by this other gentleman. Let me see if I can look it up and I'll tell y'all. Okay. Trayvon Diggs. So pregnant Joy Chavez confirms she and Trayvon Diggs have called it quits ahead of the arrival of their baby girl. Apparently she's a dancer. Okay, there we go. Okay. But, okay, NFL star Trayvon Diggs. So, we have got to end this. Like, just let me know. Let me know your thoughts. Does baby mama, baby daddy, does this culture need to end? Like, I want to try to understand what's going on in people's heads. So, and I ain't got a whole lot of time, y'all. I'm going to make it quick today because normally I'm long-winded, but not today. I was born in 68. I was a young person in the 80s and the 90s. That's when I was in high school and then in college. And I'm going to be real with y'all. The number one thing that was drilled into most of our heads was don't get pregnant. Do not get pregnant. What did my mama say? What did my daddy say? Don't bring no babies in here. Don't bring no babies in here. Don't get pregnant. Don't bring no babies in here. That was drilled into my head from the time I had my first menstruation cycle. Okay? Now, my mama, being a good Christian, being a good holy roller that she was, she didn't have no sex talk with me. The only sex talk was, don't have sex. That was the whole sex talk. Okay? My daddy, being the good heathen that he was like, look, the urge is going to come on you and it's going to come on strong and you need to get on birth control. That's what daddy did. When I moved up for my senior year of high school to live with my daddy, he was like, look, we're going to go to this Planned Parenthood and they're going to get you on some birth control and that, look, wasn't even having sex, y'all. I wasn't even having sex. Wasn't thinking about having sex. But daddy was like, nah, that urge is going to come on you. It's going to come on strong. And my dad never, sold me the dream of don't have sex, right? He was like, nah, you going to do it. But don't bring no babies in here. That was my dad's whole shtick. It's going to happen. Don't get pregnant, right? And there are ways to prevent pregnancy. So he talked to me about, condoms, make a man wear a condom. He talked to me about other forms of birth control, but he was like, nah, you just need to get on the pill. You just need to start taking a pill every day, and there you go. And that is 99% effective, and you can have all the fun you want and don't bring no baby into the house. That was daddy's conversation. Mama's conversation was just don't keep your legs closed. Just don't open your legs, okay? Stay off your back. Stay off your knees. And don't get me wrong, y'all. That was good advice. But if I could be so honest, like, I'm a pragmatist, I'm a realist. And she, my daddy ain't never lied. Like when the urge did finally come upon me, I was like, oh, Lord, I don't know how long I can hold on to this. So I appreciate both of their perspectives. My mama helped me to not be a hoe. Like my mama, she introduced me to the Lord. She the one that told me about Jesus and told me about God and taught me my morals and my values and all of that. So my mama kept me from being a hoe. But my daddy kept me from having a baby out of wedlock. So I appreciate both of them things. Both of those worlds came crashing together. And Anita was like, okay, I ain't going to go out here and give it to just anybody, right? I ain't going to just be out here just giving it away. But I'm going to give it to somebody I love, somebody I'm in a relationship with, but I ain't going to get pregnant. So those are the two conflicting, and I wouldn't even say they're completely conflicting. But it's like, we not giving people this, which is keep your legs closed, don't have sex. And we not even talking about this. Like, did nobody have this conversation with these people that, guess what? I'm not the moral police. And you probably going to go out here and have sex with somebody. But does it have to end in a baby? Like, y'all, why in 2024 you can't have sex and not get pregnant? That's what I'm trying to understand right now. Can somebody make it make sense to me? Because plenty of people are having sex and it doesn't equal a baby. Now, yes, sex makes babies. Sex makes babies. But it's 2024. Why can't you do something to prevent pregnancy? Okay? Brianne Nicole says, my grandmother said back in her day it was shameful for women to have children out of wedlock. Mine too. We need to bring back shame. Mine too. That was an absolute no. Absolute no. Okay? So they think this conversation is old fashioned. No, it's common sense, baby. I'm trying to understand why Future can't go out here and slang his thing around. Well, why does it have to equal babies? Why do you have to have 9 kids? And I think he got like 5 baby mothers. Why? Like, I'm not even telling Future to be abstinent. I'm telling Future to wrap his thing up. I'm telling Future to get these women on some form of birth control. I'm telling Future right now, in 2024, I'm telling Future to get a vasectomy. That's what I'm telling Future to do. Get a vasectomy, bro. And go out there and have all the fun you want. Now, you may catch something. You may, something else may come upon you. But dude, why do you, and think about it, y'all. Human beings are being created from all of this casual sex. Human beings are being created amongst people that don't love each other. Let me tell you how spiritually damaging that is. So I plan to have all 3 of my children. And the only thing I'll say about my twins is I did not plan to have twins. I planned to get pregnant by my husband. And God said, oh, I'm going to make it 2. Oh, I'm going to make it 2 kids, right? But I plan to have my first child. I plan to have my second child. And my second child turned into 2 kids. Children, in my opinion, that were born out of love. They were born out of a choice that me and their father made. There's spiritual ramifications. I want you to hear me and see this conversation going to go over people's heads. When children are born to people who don't love each other, to people who don't like each other, to people who don't really know each other, There are spiritual ramifications to that you need to understand. And y'all wonder why people are different now. Well, what's going on? Why are people so different? Why is dating so different? Because you got a whole generation of people coming up that were created not out of love, not out of commitment and marriage. And no, it's reckless. It is spiritually reckless what people are doing. And then you have the broken home. That's creating a whole generation of messiness. You got, maybe mom is raising you. Sometimes, man, let me tell y'all how bad it is. Sometimes mama ain't even raising you. Mama's leaving you to grandmama. Daddy ain't raising you. Daddy's leaving you to his parents or his aunt or whatever. Like, it's bad. And there are spiritual repercussions for what we are doing in this baby mama, baby daddy culture. This conversation is needed. Yeah, it is. Y'all kill me wanting to cancel people, but you can't cancel baby mama and baby daddy culture. That's what's so crazy. You want to cancel people that are conservative. You want to cancel people that talk about Christ. You want to cancel people that tell you there's only two sexes and two genders. Oh, you want to cancel them people. But you want Future to have 9 children by 5 or 6 different women. That's okay. He good. You want this other girl to have 3 babies by 3 different men. And what's the other girl? Wait a minute. Yeah, that I'm thinking about it. Oh, Lord. There is a girl, y'all. I saw this story. And I'm trying to think. Oh, the name gonna come to me. She had children. So Sierra. Right? Russell and Sierra. Sierra, this girl had a relationship with every man that Sierra had a relationship with. What is that girl's name? I'm going to see if I can remember. But it's beyond messy. And people are now like, there's a pattern, right? There's a pattern. This girl has dated 3 men that Sierra has dated. Sierra had a child with Future. The girl had a child with Future. Sierra dated Bow Wow. The girl had a child with Bow Wow. Like, the girl is following in Sierra's footsteps. That's sick. That's weird. It's some weird people out here. Every dude that Sierra's been with, she been with and had kids with. That's sick. That's a sickness. Okay? Also, a lot of those women are after a check. But you having a whole human being. You having a whole, do you know how, okay, so for the people on this live right now, Anita has 3 children. I have 3 children. Number 1, I need you to understand how completely taxing it is to carry a whole person inside of your body. How taxing it is to carry a baby inside of your body for 40 weeks. Do you know how taxing that is? Do you know how inconvenient that is? Do you know how difficult that is? So that's the first thing. So you're carrying another person inside of your body, a baby. The second thing, do you know how dangerous it is, even in 2024, for a black woman to deliver a baby and survive? Do you know how dangerous that is? So I'm taking a chance. I'm taking a chance with my very life. Not only did I do it with a single birth, I vaginally delivered twins. Okay? That's who I am. That's what I'm made of. I didn't get no C-section. I told the doctor too. I said, I don't care how many kids in there. They coming out through the hoo-ha. I'm not getting cut. You're not cutting me open. They coming out through the hoo-ha one way or another. And look, my son was born breech. They reached up in there and pulled my son out by his feet. So that's what Anita is made of. But that could have went all kind of ways wrong. That could have went completely sideways. Okay, so we're taking a chance with our very life doing this. Now, let's move on to the baby is here. I'm sleep deprived like a mug. I'm breastfeeding these children. And so, okay, so the daddy, he not with me. He done changed his mind. He don't want to be with me. Okay, but his little check. Let me not call it little. His big check. Can I be real? His big check is not taking the children to the doctor. It's not staying up and sleep deprived and breastfeeding. It's not, that ain't going to change the fact that my body is changing. It's not the love and the care and all the things that a child and the child's mother needs. So his money, like, okay, Like I said, I was married to a wealthy doctor. I got money. Okay? Like, can I be honest? I got money. But can I also tell you that if he's not doing his due diligence, if he's not doing the things that he's supposed to be doing, if he's not there for his children, if he's not there for, the track meets and the cheerleading camps and if he's not there, that affects your children long term. And then if you're not 100%, if you ain't in your right mind, if you're feeling resentful, if you're feeling angry, if you're feeling away, like, it's way more than money. Y'all make everything about some money. I have money. I need you to hear this. I was married to somebody who make a whole lot of money. I have money. It's the other stuff that the money can't buy. So, same back in my day too, and I'm a baby boomer born in the 50s. Okay, yeah, we don't play like that. It was, don't bring no babies in here. And I don't know if we're not giving that conversation. I did. I gave that conversation. Oh, Anita gave that conversation. Okay? I have a 24-year-old and two 21-year-olds. I was like, don't bring no baby in here. Don't bring no baby in here. And I tried having it. Don't keep your legs closed. Keep your legs closed. Keep your thing in your pants, son. Keep your thing in your pants. Like, I tried having that conversation. I gave both the conversations. Can I be honest? I gave my kids my mama conversation. I gave my kids my daddy conversation. So I don't understand why these grown people didn't get that memo that you are creating a life. You're creating a soul, a spirit is coming on the earth for a check. You that reckless? You that reckless that you just out here making whole adults that one day the spiritual trauma of you creating that person with no love in sight. You don't even like that person. You created that person out of lust. That's what you did. And you think that's not going to come back? Simply _Marlena says they have no discipline, discernment, and no self-respect. It's all about fun and vibes. Yeah. But guess what, Marlena? That's coming back. That's coming full circle. There's a spiritual ramification for creating children out of lust. Y'all need to know that. We don't talk about that enough. But y'all, it's all what they say. It's all fun and games until somebody loses yeah. But the kids that are coming up now, so the Gen Zs and beyond, there's a tad of millennials in there, like right on the tail end of millennial. And the Gen Zs, all these kids that were made out of fun and vibes, we starting to see. And y'all feel it. Y'all feel the heaviness. Y'all feel what's going on out here in the universe. You can't say you don't. You hit the nail on the head. Thank you. What is your definition of a high value man? So I like to say a man who is after God's own heart. So Jesus is the ultimate alpha, in case y'all didn't know that. So while y'all out here trying to define alpha, trying to define high value man, Jesus is that man. Okay, Jesus is that man. So whatever it is Jesus was doing, whatever time Jesus was on, that's a high value man. That's a quality man. And remember this, gentlemen. See, this is what somebody ain't telling y'all. You think that your success, that your worth and your value is built in your money, is built in your success at work. You think that's what makes you successful. When the truth is that if you don't have a wife, a happy wife, if you don't have a relationship with your children, you ain't nothing. You ain't ish. Okay? So you can get to 40, 50, 60 years old, but if you don't have no kids there, if you're not celebrated on Father's Day, if you don't have no happy wife or no good relationship with a woman, you ain't ish. Okay? I don't care what you wearing. I don't care what you driving. I don't care what you living in. You ain't nothing. You ain't nothing in the eyes of God. So no, y'all love to, Joy Chavez, I just looked it up. Y'all love to act like, well, I got this company and I got this car and I got this house and, I did this and I did that. If your own children won't have nothing to do with you, you ain't nothing. If you do not have a good relationship with a wife or a long-term partner and she's happy and she tooting your horn for you, you ain't nothing. You ain't nothing. That's number one. If a man has to virtue signal. If he has to tell me how great he is, he ain't ish. He ain't ish, because guess who should be doing that? His woman, his kids, his friends, his family. If they not saying then he ain't. Like I told the last dude that. I said, look, the fact that you telling me how great you are says you ain't great. Okay? So let that hurt your little feelings. You ain't great. If you got to sit here and tell me how good you are, no, you're not good. Other people should be telling you. Look, y'all, I had 3 consults this week. It's Wednesday. I had 3 consults this week. Every one of them was like, my brother sent me to you. My friend sent you to me. My this, my that. They said you this. They said, see, that's how we know what time it is. That's how we know a person who's good at what they do. I don't go around with a book. Yeah, I'm a great therapist and I'm a great guy. No, other people say that. Other people say that. I don't say nothing. I keep my mouth closed. I put my head down. I do what God's ordained me to do. That's it. You're not going to hear me say that. That's it. I'm ordained to do this. That's all you're going to hear me say. But if you are a man and other people don't think you great, your own blood, your own wife, nah, bro, you not. Sorry, I hate to tell it to you. And people do it for people that they don't love. Yeah, no, I can't even. I can't even. It's sick. It's sick, y'all. It's a sickness. But this baby mama, baby daddy culture, I hate it. So first of all, I never say it. And it's so funny because people be laughing in session. I never say baby mama, baby daddy. I said, oh, your child's father. Oh, your child's mother. You ain't gonna catch that coming out of my mouth because it's ghetto. It's trash. Okay? I'm better than that. And I think y'all are better than that. I think y'all are better than that. But I just can't. I can't with it. It has to be canceled. Why aren't women getting on some form of birth control? And then think about it. Okay, so the girl who you saying, oh, she doing it for a check. The girl is saying the first 2 kids she don't get no money for. Make it make sense. And y'all know, we talking about celebrities right now. Let's talk about everyday people. What the everyday people doing it for? Make it make sense to me. Like somebody on this live, help Anita to understand why everyday women are getting caught up by everyday men making $30,000, $40,000, $50,000. Like they doing it for a check? They not getting no money. They are putting their very lives at risk. For what? You doing it for? No. Use birth control. Because again, I'm not the moral police. Now, I know God like that, and God has already instructed you how you are to conduct yourself in your body. He say when you get into fornication, when you get into this sexual sin, you are sinning against yourself. You're sinning against your body. It ain't even about him. Okay? You hurting yourself. And sure enough, if you caught something, if you have a child that you didn't plan on having, if, your heart got broken. See how that worked? God told you what was going to happen. If you do this, you are sinning against your body. You're hurting yourself. And he ain't never lied. He ain't never lied. Because like I said, even if you didn't get pregnant, even if you didn't catch nothing, your little heart is broken. But it's so many negative consequences. And ladies, 98% of them is going to fall on you. It will behoove you to put something up you. Make that man wear a condom, put some shot in your behind or take some pill down your throat or track your cycle, something. It would behoove you to not have no random man's child. What are you doing? No, there's one man whose children came through my body and he was my husband. And if I'm being completely honest, like because he was not a good husband, he was not a good husband, y'all. But by the time I figured that out, it was too late. It was too late. So I can't take it back. I have my 3 beautiful children. And look, don't none of my kids look like him. I thank God every day. I thank God. God knew what he was doing. I was like, thank you, Lord. Don't none of my kids look like him. And look, don't none of his kids look like him. He got all these kids and not one of them look like him. So God is good. A lot of these ladies love thugs. If they get good and upright guys, they run or make excuses to end the relationship. And that in and of itself. So CG, Shabu, okay. That in and of itself, we have to deal with the trauma. We have to deal with what is going on inside of the head of a woman that would want to have a baby by no good man. Like I tell people every day, the best thing I did was at least chose a man. I at least chose a man who, number one, was my husband, and number two, could financially provide. Now, he fallen short emotionally. He fallen short in other areas, but he could at least do that. But come on now. Okay, Pierre said, yes, 100% agree. Thank you. Preach, ma'am. We keep emphasizing on money. Yeah, y'all act like money, is gonna solve all your problems. And yet you got all these wealthy people ending their lives, unaliving themselves, unaliving other people, and they ain't broke. Y'all act like money is some sort of magic elixir. And don't get me wrong. I don't have anything, it's not like I don't want people to be wealthy or want people to be rich, but you have got to work on your inner self. Work on your inner self, because all money is going to do is it's going to increase who you are, right? Who you really are. So whether your character is good or whether your character is bad, that's going to expand once you get some money. So if you're a bad person on the inside, that's going to expand once you get some money. So stop making it about money. And this is human life. We're talking about human beings being created with this foolishness. Oh, Lord. Our community has a lot of rich bosses, but broken souls. They do. My grandmother also said the girl's father would go to the guy's house and demand he marry his daughter. That's shotgun wedding. Yep. The father would have a shot. That's right. That's shotgun wedding. That's back in my day. Yep. Yeah, they did not play because you had defiled the girl. You had taken her virtue. She was defiled. You had to do something to make it right, to make her a virtuous, good woman. And if she was married before the baby came, right? The baby wasn't a bastard. The baby wasn't illegitimate. And we done thrown all that out the window. There is no such thing. Yeah, we don't have fathers in the homes anymore. Precisely. And my boys got the message so hard that this boomer is still not a grandma. Good Lord. Yeah, they said nope. But y'all, I've already told y'all the story. I already told y'all this story that when I found out I was pregnant. So I found out I was pregnant 2 or 3 months into the marriage, right? And look, I was over my best friend's house because I was like, yeah, girl, I'm sick. I don't know what's going on. She's like, girl, you better take this pregnancy test. I take the pregnancy test. I bust out crying. And it wasn't a happy cry. It was like, oh, girl, I'm pregnant. Oh, my God. What my mama going to think? What my daddy going to think? My best friend looked like that. She said, girl, you married. I was like, you right. like that's how deeply ingrained it was in me not to get pregnant. I didn't even realize I was in a state where it was okay if I got pregnant. Because I was like, oh, what's my mama going to think? What's my daddy going to think? She like, they going to be happy? Like, you married. You have a husband. I was like, y'all, it was so deeply ingrained. It happened to me too, lady. I found out too late with my ex-husband too. Yeah. So it is what it is. I got my children. I'm forever blessed. Love your work. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, but I was scared, y'all. I remember when I said I saw that positive on that pregnancy test. My best friend was like, girl, you married. I was like, oh, okay. It's okay. Yeah, because that was deeply ingrained in me. Don't bring no baby in here. They ain't play them games. All right, I got to go because I got to make dinner. We got to cancel this. We got to speak about it. So it's not enough people talking about it and speaking about it. It's not enough people basically shaming people for doing it. Like, hey, you sure you want to do this? This isn't a good idea. Hey, you might want to get on some sort of birth control. Like, I've had people have a child, one, and in my mind, now I need to reemphasize like, hey, we need to be on some form of birth control. And I'm of the belief that, yes, one time is a mistake. 2 times is now becoming a pattern. Like, this is becoming a pattern. This is what you're doing. So, yes, if you make a mistake, that's unfortunate. But the fact that these girls are doing it 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 times, that's unexcusable. It's reckless. It's reckless and it's going to have spiritual consequences. So here's what I'm telling y'all. In 10 or 15 years, when Anita's an old lady and I'm sitting in my rocking chair rocking, I'm going to return to this conversation. What did I tell y'all? What did I tell y'all was going to happen? What I say was going to happen? Yeah, remember so-and-so, son? Yeah, what did I tell y'all? See? And I got one foot in the grave, so. But y'all going to be left here with this foolishness. So that has to get canceled. We can't do that anymore. We have to do better. We're in a day and age where the young ladies don't want to hear what the wiser older women have to say. Yeah. But trust me, it's going to be to their detriment every time. Every time. All right, if you would like to see this live in its entirety, you're going to head over to YouTube. You need to go over to YouTube and subscribe to the channel. That is where all my lives live, unless you are subscribed to my Instagram platform. Okay? Thank you so much. I appreciate you all. Thank you for the kind words. Have a wonderful day. And as always, stay open to love.